Let's see how this works. I am trying a new recipe tonight. It's called Pasta Assassina, which is basically killing the pasta. And I'm starting it off in my large cast iron frying pan. And I'm gonna show you the process here. And I was hoping this camera would stick onto my oven, but it's not. So let's flip this camera around and show you where I am right now. All right, so started with making a broth of passata, which is tomato puree and some water, a little bit of salt and sugar, and I'll list the recipe in the notes. And I am sauteing some garlic. I wanted to get a little bit of golden on all sides. Just to get some of that garlic flavor infused into the oil. And this is a large cast iron frying pan. This is a 14-inch, and this is my new caraway saute pan. All right, so this recipe is not for the faint of heart. There is a lot of Calabrian chili peppers in here, so it's gonna have a nice kick to it. And you kind of equate this pasta dish to like risotto. So with risotto, you heat up your stock and you cook your rice, and you're gradually adding water into your risotto. And that's exactly what we're doing here, but we're doing it with pasta. And seriously, you have to use the least expensive pasta possible. Where'd I move it? This is what I'm using for this dish. Because when you use a better pasta, it's extruded through bronze plates, so it gives it some viscosity, and it's a little bit more, I don't want to say it's gluteny, but has a little bit more texture to it that's going to come out into the pan. It's going to make it thick and gummy, and that's not what we want. We want it nice and burnt, and this is coming along nicely. I'm going to flip this camera around and show you. It smells good. What I have so far. All right, now I added a little bit of the passata, just straight, not the broth. It's splattered, so you got to be really careful when you're making this. We're going to stir it around, and I'm going to add in some pasta. Now, probably, this is about a half a pound, but I'm only making enough for me. And you want to make sure that when you're adding this, oops, sorry, it's hard to film and cook at the same time. All right, so you want to make sure that you get enough of this pasta surface as flat as possible, because what you're going to do now is you're going to burn it. So we're going to work with this, and I have my broth cooking. So I'm going to let this sit for a little bit, stir it around so it starts to get charcoal. All right, so you can see here where some of this has started to just burn up a little bit. This is more of a drier pasta at the end of the day. It's not going to be a really liquidy sauce. It's going to be so good. I've been dying to make this. So I'm still going to let this go a little bit. And again, this is the first time I'm using this pan, but not that I haven't used cast iron before. But you can see that get burnt there. Ugh, it's going to be so good. All right, I'm back to burning. I think I'm going to let this go for another minute or two on this burner, and then I'm going to start to ladle in my tomato broth, which I have here, and I'm keeping it on low so it's nice and warm. I really just want to make sure that this gets a nice burn on it. Yeah, this is good. This is good. So about now, I'm going to ladle in my first. Yeah, and back up, baby. So now we're just going to, and all the products that I'm using, I'll put in the notes. So if you want to make a purchase, you can. These are affiliate links, so I may make, I don't know, 50 cents or so if you buy something, but we do appreciate it. So we just keep, I'm going to continue to ladle in the sauce, the stock. And when it gets absorbed, we're going to add more. All right. All right, let's check back in a couple of minutes on my progress. So this is what I use for this recipe. Muller's pasta, Calabrian crushed chili peppers. These, you could use this in a lot of stuff just to give it a little bit of kick. Tomato paste, I like to buy it in the tube. Cento, passata, you can buy tomato puree. This is one of my favorite extra virgin olive oils because you've seen before. I love how it has the pour spout in it. And garlic, I buy this at Publix all the time, already peeled. I don't peel garlic anymore. All right, you can see this is pretty much going to be an al dente pasta too. I'm not expecting it to be really soft. This start to finish with adding all the liquid is going to take about 15 to 20 minutes. This isn't something that you can just start and walk away from. This is definitely something that you have to monitor what you're doing as you're doing it. So now I'm just going to continue to ladle this in here. Oh my God, I can't wait to eat this. You know, I can feel it's definitely, the pasta's hard and I want to get it a little bit more burnt. So I'm going to let this cook here. And again, I have about a half a pound of pasta here. The more pasta you put in, the less contact you're going to have at the bottom of the pan and it won't get as dark. And that's the nature of this dish. It's supposed to be burnt and it's supposed to have some heat to it. Now you can level off the heat, you know, depending on your likeness. You might not like any heat at all, and I still think it'll be fine. And if you happen to start to run out of your broth before your pasta's done, just add a little bit of water to it to extend it. All right, I have to keep stirring. Let me go. All right, well, we are done. Look at that. All right, let's, I'm going to plate it up. Get my bowl. I like to eat all my pasta in a bowl. Just going to twirl it around. There you go. Now, so that looks delish, but for me, I need to hit it with cheese. I'm sorry. All right, so now I'm going to try, give it a little, let's see here. It's giving it a quick, it's really hot. Look at that. Yum-o-licious. Oh, that's gonna make it in my mouth. You ready? Mmm. Mmm. Really tomatoey. I wish I would have put a little bit more hot pepper in it. That was very good. Unique dish. I'm going to go to town on it. All right, everyone. I'm going to shove some more in my mouth before I get back to work. Thank you very much for joining me on this cooking episode. This is pasta alla assassina. I'll put the recipe and all the ingredients that I used in the notes below. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Robyn Cavallaro. I am a realtor here in Florida. So if you want to buy or sell a home, you know who to call. All right, I'll see you next time. I gotta go. Here's a behind the scenes mess. This does splatter. It's not for the faint of heart. Actually, it wasn't too bad. Pretty much have it contained.